We got a Pyle marine radio from Amazon, which will be our new radio replacement. So we got the old one tore out, and this little insert here, we had to do some modifications. I had to cut the plastic piece out of the back and slide the new holder in there, and it's pretty tight in there now. So yeah, they don't exactly come stock to fit on the older stuff. I'm sure there's little kits that you can put to brace them in there, but we're just doing it how we're doing it here, I guess. I did notice a few things. These little wiring kits, they are not tinned and they are not marine grade wiring, if I can get this to focus here. That's not tinned, that's not marine wire, but the speaker wires that came with it, the ones that connect to that, they appear to be tinned, so that's marine quality there. Very important when you're working with this marine stuff to make sure that it's tinned and approved for marine quality. If not, it's gonna corrode and it's gonna short out eventually, and then you're gonna have another headache on your hands. So spend the extra $1 and do it right the first time. Okay, we got the main plug that will run the radio with the power, and then we got this radio connection that came with it also. This is for the speakers, so they are hooked up for the left and right speakers. Only 2 speakers on this boat. And we got the ground wire here. The red here is the hot. They are connected, and there is a fuse in this little unit here. If you don't have a fuse, add a fuse just in case. You never really know. So quick little change here. I do not have an accessory switch tied to the previous radio, and I'm going to keep it that way. So we have to run the red and the yellow from the Pyle radio together into our hot wire. And that's it. We're going to put it in, we're going to test it, and we're going to see if she'll turn on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to plug everything back in. This guy, let's start with the white. I'm assuming this would be our antenna. There is a wire for a power antenna. We don't have a power antenna. It would be the blue wire here. We're not going to do that. We're going to go with the old antenna, which we'll plug it in down here. And then go with the speaker wires first. This plug is going to go here. Make sure it's cleaned off. Probably should put some dielectric grease on that. Plug her in. All right, now we will put her back in. And the brackets have these little clips on them, the bracket that came with it that's sitting inside of there. So when we put this in here, it should just click right into place. I would recommend screwing these in by hand. This plastic is very old and very brittle. From the 90s, it will crack, it will break. Use a screwdriver. Okay, here we are. She clicked right into place. I'm going to put my faceplate on. I might actually wait till I'm done with all the speakers and making sure everything works before I put those on, in case I got to take it back out. I don't really want an extra step of taking it back out. So we got our wires here for each speaker that we connected to the back of the new plug that came with it. And this is the other side, the right side of the boat. And I don't think our speakers will fit right into the holes, or they do fit into the holes, but the screws don't match up. So we will, if I have to, I will pre-drill new holes so that we don't crack any fiberglass or anything like that. Everything is old. You want to pre-drill, smaller than your screws. And we'll see you in a minute. negative, red to positive. So here are the previous speaker wires that we hooked up to the back of the radio. And red to positive. Just clicks right on there. Pretty self-explanatory. And she's in. Set it in place. Got a new pack of screws with it. I spoke too soon on the fitment here. The 6.5 inch doesn't fit perfect into the 5-inch hole. What I did here was, pardon me here. I put some blue where it was hitting on the speaker on the back side, and then when I push it against the hole, it leaves the mark on it. So that's what has to go. What I'm going to do here is I have a grinder with a cutting blade, and I have a mask, and I have a vacuum hose, shop vac, that I'm going to put right here to sit right above it, and hopefully it will pull all the dust away so you're not breathing fiberglass shards. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, everything's back in. There is a little bracket that sits in the back of it. I don't know if you can see it. It will hold the radio to the boat. It's like an extra little support bracket. I just have to connect that. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can see it there hanging. There's just a little nut on the back of the radio that'll hold it, but let's try this thing out. Okay, we do have power.